initially planned. I'm very sorry about that. There have been a few technical issues today, so I'm going to give a heads up to anybody who is... oh, and hello, YouTube as well. YouTube just come live on with my stuff as well. So I may have some performance issues on this as well. Yay, great. We'll see how this goes. What's going on? Well, what is going on is PlayStation, which I normally use, because I usually use a PSVR, and Virgin Media have a bit of an issue today, which I haven't been able to resolve yet. So I've actually gone ahead and got Warzone on the PC, on Steam, because now I can play on a 2D screen. I'm going to do something that's not typical as well, because anybody else that plays on a PC is usually using an Xbox controller. I don't have one of those. So I'm using my SCUF controller for my PS4. We're going to see how that goes. So this is all experimental. It could fall down at any moment, because I could be placing far too large of a demand on my machine, and I don't know if I am or I'm not. But first of all, let's try and make sure, and we'll turn down possibly some of the settings so that it's a little bit more. Look, no, we'll try it. We'll try it as is. Actually, I want to do some settings because I've got a controller and I like to have things on my controller set up differently. Just because I'm a pain, basically. There we go. So I'm going to select that. So I'm going to set up my controls as to how I like. Let me just move this screen that way a bit. Okay, that's now not in the way. That is good. I also want to get chat up if any of you are there. So I want to be able to see chat, of course. So that's all good. Blah 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 blah. Great. What type of machine I have? I have an i7 with a GTX 970 in here. I've literally just installed Valkyrie from Steam. I haven't touched anything, but obviously the extra demand is going to come from where I'm streaming this out live, and I haven't tried to balance it out or anything, because normally I would do some tests and I might pull things down. So if things get a bit juttery, it'll be because I haven't turned settings down enough and different things like that for streaming. So hopefully it will all work out okay. He says, well, biotube nails. Right, so first of all, I'm coming in. As I said, I'm also using a PlayStation controller for this, so it's not standard. So I'm sure people will go, oh, can I use my PlayStation 4 controller? Well, we're going to find out if you can. Right, first things first, I like pitch to be on my right stick, so I'm going to change that and do that. It'll say inverted. I want my roll to be on my right stick as well, so I'm going to do that, and it goes, yep, there's roll. I'm going to leave my yaw where it is. Primary fire and these are fine. Deploy drone is fine. Shipability. I'm going to be changing these around, so I want what would be the bumper buttons on an Xbox controller. So I'm going to say shipability is going to be there. The Y is still going to be where it is. And my apologies as well if I get a bit of a stuffy nose as well. It's being really annoying like that. Thank you. I really do appreciate that, because sometimes you can't tell, although I may be able to tell if the frame rate here drops, but if it goes on the stream, starts dropping, then that will be why. Right, let's see. So we've got the Ultra ability. I'm going to keep that where it is on the Y button, which for me is the triangle button. The brake is still going to be where it is, but I actually use flappy paddles up under the bottom here. The focus button, I'm going to change to my left shoulder button or my L1 on my DS4 controller. So I'm going to say L1. And the comm alerts is going to be where it is. And the cancel missile lock is going to be where it is. That, I don't know what button that is. I think that's the equivalent PlayStation button or something like that. Tactical menu, I'm not sure which button that's going to be. I think it's that one there. So on my controller, it's like the option button, I think, for the tactical menu. But we will see on that. 1 second, I need to change there as well. Let's you need to go half there. And you need half there. Because I don't have a chat bot going at the moment, I need to arrange some things there. Yeah, I can understand that. I don't like the offset on the Xbox. Right, so that's my control setup to how I like them. Let's see from there, because my nose is already starting to go. I'm going to go there. Now, this is a fresh account, so it's got nothing done. So if I do come in game, I don't want to be stomping over anyone. I'm not that good of a pilot, but at this level, I should be capable of stomping a few people. So I'm going to be try and play nice if I can play. But we're going to be learning ships anyway, so I'm not going to be too capable in them. It should be okay, I hope. Right, let's take a look at this. We're also going to... I'm also going to pop into Discord and just to load things up. Just in case anybody wants to join me, namely a certain Anska. Funny if she does, she can. But hopefully that'll all be okay. Right, let's try this. So, ships. We've got hangar.
Cutting-edge fighter technology.
Now, everything's kind of changed. I'm going to go through some of the fighters first. Try and play through and see their strengths. So I should be able to do X's. No. So that's the ship A. No. It's everything is labelled up as in Xbox controls, so I think that.
Refined and
yes.
finessed over many generations. The Wraith Mark 6 has evolved alongside the pilots who fly its iconic frame. Fast, nimble, and deadly at medium range, this is a great all-round fighter.
We'll also get rid of these borders because, like, borders there aren't really needed for non-VR, so we'll see how that does. It's all happening on the fly. So yeah, we've got assault cannons, missile launchers, ECM, and a super missile. One of. Then we're going to play the Jackal. And we can see we've got basically high damage, close range, and then another high damage projectile that doesn't do splash damage, so good fun. Quite like this one. It's a good ship for a beginner. If you're not going to be big on fiddly aim, this is quite a good ship for that type of thing. But you may get spoiled by not having to aim as much. Then we have the Strix. This is the sniper of the group.
Precision. It's all about
basically
precision.
pulse laser.
Little room for error here, pilot.
One
The
shot,
Strix pulse laser
and then
is a
you have to wait for it to
high-impact,
cool down,
long-range
and it's
powerhouse.
there. Then you've
It will
got
strip the
missile
hell
pod,
off even the most hardened shield from across
7
the quadrant.
missiles.
Distance is
So
your
then we've got a
ally.
quick dash. So we'll see how we go with that one. And then the final one, which is proven to be a good bit of a favourite at the moment and quite powerful, I do have to say. We're yet to determine if it's actually overpowered yet. But this has some very pulse cannons and missiles. ECM is like countermeasures, and its mayhem basically means that you can just fire that main gun off constantly while that is up. So we're going to do those 4 first of all. We're just going to do something that usually isn't advised. We're just going to go start matchmaking. Oh, just make sure, where am I? Am I in EU? Yeah, we're in EU. That's good. Just wanted to make sure there.
A pilot after my own heart, jumping right into battle. I like
So,
your style.
we're going straight into battle. This is only versus AI, so the first 5 levels is always going to be against AI because they don't want to put you into things and have you get pump stomped. Yeah, I agree. Stupid colds, stupid nose. Mine is particularly stupid. Right, I'm going to be doing all the fighters, so this is actually the first fighter up. It's used to be the first in the tree for the classic Valkyrie. It's a bit more skilled to use, it's a little bit more harder, but if you can actually get used to this ship, it is actually quite rewarding in what it gives you in aiming skills and things like that. With all of the vets, one of the things they're going to have is a love of this ship. But a lot of them are moving to the Uri at the moment because it is seeming very, very powered.
The enemy's resources
Right,
are
first things first. That's doing that, that's doing that. Controls are all the way that I want them. So we've got straight up thing. Hopefully the frame rate isn't too bad. It's a little bit suffering. Like I said, I've only just loaded this onto this PC. Normally I'm playing for a PS4. But due to some issues with...
the first of many.
Due to some issues with Sony and Virgin Media, we're going to have to deal with it. So I think I'm going to have to turn some things down. Definitely going to have to turn some of the graphics down because my frame rate is suffering. But that's literally just because I'm trying to broadcast. There we go. You see how easy the enemies were to kill there. And I collected that salvage, which is going to fill up my ultra, which is the purple gauge over here. You don't have to do big movements. I've seen a few people, when they've been starting, are in Valkyrie. And what they do is they do really big movements on the stick. But what you actually want to do is try and micromanage to do small motions as you can. Sometimes. When you need to move fast, then kick in the big moves. But most of the time, it's actually quite small motions. Fighting generally is easier with using the yaw to maneuver more. The roll is a little bit more advanced. You get there after time. It's one of these games where you're going to find that you'll learn it after a good while of just sort of like stepping in. Yeah, it's jumpy. Right, after we're done with this match, I'm going to change the settings. I don't know if I can... No, I can't. Let's actually close that quick. Confirm. Let's change some of my graphic settings down a bit and see if that helps with that jumpy frame rate. Yes, PS4 controller is working, and my SCUF control, it's a SCUF controller that I'm using, which is basically an altered PS4 controller. So I have flappy paddles on the back. I don't know if you'll be able to see, I've got two paddles on the back, and mine's a little bit different. But let's get a look at the settings. The PS3, I don't know. Possibly, I don't know if it's natively supported in Steam. The reason why I did this is it's natively supported in Steam. So what I've done is when you open up Steam, there's a controller icon. You click the controller icon, and then there's a settings, and it says controller. Plug a controller into Steam, and it'll go, ah, there's a controller. Do you want to register that to your account? And I just go, yeah. And it goes, do you want these settings? And you go, yeah. And then it works. So that's pretty easy. Right, let's go over the graphics settings. So, let's try and get it to do a calculate. I'm going to get it to do its calculation. Why? I don't know which button is why. I think that's that. I don't know how to get it to do that. So, next. Okay. We're just going to go into advanced, I think. We'll go into advanced and just say, right, resolution I should be able to keep, but we'll see. So I'm just going to keep it at full screen. My refresh rate, this is a full gaming monitor, so it's 144 refresh rate. Let's see if I can... How do I get... Ah, okay. I'm gonna keep the refresh rate actually where it is. No, 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 no. Okay. Refresh rate is there. Back. Resolution percentage 100%. Texture medium. Let's go with no. How do we do this? Right. Advanced settings, select. Can switch over to mouse on the fly, by the way. I don't know how to get resolution percentage 100. Ah, okay. Now I understand. So I can do back 80. Post-processing. We're going to put this on to low. We're going to disable that. So I'm just going to take off everything, put everything to low. Shadows off. Detail. Disabled. It doesn't apply to me at the moment because I'm not using VR on here. I could hook up my PlayStation VR headset to this, but there's enough things. Yeah. Eve settings menu. So we're good. So that shall hopefully change what we're doing. We're going to start matchmaking again. Hopefully I get the frame rate this time. We'll see. I've turned off a load of options, so hopefully it'll be good. May not look as pretty, though. Well, it definitely won't look as pretty. You know, it's still... That's acceptable. That's acceptable. Right. We was... in the Wraith. But I know the Wraith, so we're going to move on to the Jackal. It's the Jackal. I like that, isn't it? The Jackal.
Destroy the enemy ships to drain their resources.
Still a little jumpy, not too bad. But that's because maybe the frame rates that I was asking it to do, but that's livable. That's livable for now. Right, this particular one has quite an area of effect type of thing going on. Its main cannon has like 5 shots, but everything you do with this, you want to be real up close. Its secondary is 2 shots which don't do any splash damage. And I want to aim for this, basically this yellow area. The ideal one with this ship is if you're actually in close quarters somewhere. Let me turn the volume down in my headset there a bit. Yeah, I think my codec is overloaded. Let's drop away one of the streams. Right, YouTube, I'm going to drop away my YouTube account as well. So, YouTube, it's been a very short video. If you haven't subscribed, subscription is that way. There'll be a video up there, and there'll be a video up there, and my ship's about to explode.